Hello everyone and welcome to my YNR CBS Spoiler Today channel. Please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Is the legacy of the Newman family finally falling apart because of one tiny pill? Or is this the moment where Adam Newman finally proves he is actually the only person who can save his brother from himself? Welcome back to the channel everyone, and I hope you have your coffee or something stronger ready because we're about to go deep into a storyline that is so dark and so painful it makes the usual business fights in Genoa City look like a playground game. We are looking at the total destruction of Nick Newman, the guy who was always supposed to be the golden boy, at the hands of a man who claims he can't even remember who he is. The absolute legend of chaos, Matt Clark. It honestly feels like the show is taking us to a place it hadn't gone in years. And I am here for it, even if it makes my heart race. Let's really think about what is happening here because it is a total train wreck in the best way possible. We have Nick Newman, a man who has spent literally decades acting like the moral compass for his entire family. But now he's just a lying and desperate man who is secretly hunting for his next fix. The craziest part is that he looks his family in the eye and swears he is totally clean. The hypocrisy here is what really gets me, don't you think? Nick has spent years looking down on Adam and Victor for their darkness. Yet here he is, sneaking around the scary corners of Las Vegas like he's possessed by his own demons. This didn't just happen out of nowhere, though. The writers are doing something really smart by using Nick's hero archetype. To actually destroy him, he feels like he has to be the one to take down Matt Clark to protect his family, but he's using fentanyl just to give himself the edge he thinks he needs to do it. It is this weird, sad loop where the very thing he thinks is helping him is actually the thing that is killing him. Why is Nick acting this way, though? If we look at the psychology, it isn't just about the drugs. It is about his ego. Nick's whole life is built on being the good brother. When he broke his leg in that terrible accident with Matt, he lost all his physical control, and those pills gave him a fake sense of getting that power back. Now he can't admit he's struggling because that would mean admitting he's just as flawed as everyone else he has criticized for years. He's literally being crushed by the weight of the pedestal everyone put him on. You can see this shame on his face every single time he has to lie to Victoria or Sharon. He isn't just addicted to a substance, he is addicted to a version of himself that doesn't exist anymore. It is a really sad fall to watch because he knows if he fails, he isn't just failing himself, but he is failing the whole Newman name. To me, this is some of the best work Joshua Morrow has done in a long time. Saying Nick this vulnerable, especially when he's begging a monster like Matt for drugs, is really hard to watch. But that is exactly why it works. It strips away that Newman armor and shows a man who is completely powerless, even with all his money and status. Now we have to talk about Matt Clark. The show is playing a really risky game with this amnesia stuff. Matt says he doesn't remember any of his past crimes, which should make him a blank slate. But we all know that in Genoa City, a blank slate is just a cleaner way to get away with murder. Whether this memory loss is real or just a brilliant way to manipulate people, it makes Matt more dangerous than he has ever been. He isn't following his old, predictable patterns anymore. He's just acting on animal instinct. He even managed to get from Vegas to Genoa City with a head injury because his hatred for the Newmans is just part of who he is now. I think Matt's amnesia is actually a metaphor for how the Newmans can never escape their past. No matter how many times they bury Matt Clark, he just keeps coming back. By making him forgetful, the writers actually gave him a new kind of power because now he can act without being held back by his old failures. Matt is a total sociopath who loves power. Even if it doesn't remember why he hates Nick, he can see Nick's weakness a mile away. He's using Nick's addiction like a leash. proving that you don't even need a gun to destroy someone if you can just feed their own internal demons. He's literally taking Nick to the basement below rock bottom, and he's doing it while smiling. Did you catch the part where Nick is actually planning to kill Matt Clark? He's trying to use Detective Burrow to help him frame it as self-defense. Think about that for a second. The moral Nick Newman is planning a cold-blooded execution. This shift toward using Victor-style tactics shows how far gone Nick really is. He's so desperate to end the threat because Matt isn't just a ghost anymore. He's real threat to Noah and Sienna. The deal Nick makes later this week is described as dangerous, and given his state, he might be signing his own death warrant just to get a chance to strike first. I honestly think this plan is going to blow up in his face. He's not a killer at heart. He's an addict who is probably going through psychosis. Trying to outsmart a shark like Matt while your brain is messed up on fentanyl is like bringing a toothpick to a gunfight. This is where things get really intense because Adam Newman is the only person who sees through Nick's act. Adam knows darkness better than anyone else in that family. He recognizes the look of a man who is lying to himself because he has spent half his life doing the same thing. While Victor is busy with other things, Adam is the one who is completely focused on his brother. He has stepped into this protective role that totally flips the Newman family dynamic. There is so much irony here, don't you think? Adam has spent so many years wanting Nick's approval, and now he's the one who has the power to save or destroy him. But he isn't using it for power. He's actually scared for his brother. When he begs Nick to stop, you can feel the years of fighting melting away, replaced by a real need to keep his family alive. This is Adam's chance for real redemption. If he saves the golden boy, he can finally prove he isn't the monster everyone thinks he is. But there is a dark side to this, too. Because if Adam fails, he will blame himself, and that will probably push him back into his spider persona and into the shadows. We have to talk about that amazing scene where Adam jumps out and punches Matt Clark right in the jaw. It was so raw and exactly what we needed after weeks of watching Matt mess with the Newmans. That punch wasn't just about what is happening right now. It was years of Newman frustration coming out. It was Adam punching the man who raped Sharon, the man who kidnapped his brother, and the man who is absolute worst part of this history. For a second, it felt like a huge win, but that feeling only lasted for about a second. The most heartbreaking moment was what happened while Adam was actually fighting Matt. Nick didn't help his brother, he didn't run away. He took the bag of drugs Matt gave him and used it right there in that storage room. This was a brilliant move by the writers because it shows the ugly truth about addiction. It isn't a choice anymore. It is a total hijacking of the brain. Nick watching his brother risk his life while he's taking poison is the ultimate low point. It is a moment that changes Nick Newman forever. This scene really redefines what a brotherly bond looks like. Usually, we see them fighting and playing together, but here one brother is fighting while the other is the villain's victim in the most pathetic way. Adam's realization that he can't just punch the addiction out of Nick's is a really powerful and sober moment in a very unsober story. While his sons are literally fighting for their lives in a storage room in Vegas. Where is the great Victor Newman? He is back in Genoa City, busy blackmailing Phyllis with fake AI emails. This is Victor at his most annoying. He is so obsessed with his corporate games and protecting the legacy that he completely missed the fact that his family is falling apart. He gives Nick some tough love, but it is too little and way too late. Victor's inability to see his children as human beings with flaws instead of just chess pieces is exactly why this got so bad. In my opinion, Victor is failing as a father here. He is more interested in winning a fight against Phyllis than saving his own son from an overdose. When he finally realizes what Matt has done, his guilt is going to be massive. But I bet he still finds a way to blame Adam for it. Meanwhile, Phyllis is making her own plan and setting a trap that we hope will take Matt down for good. Phyllis is the ultimate wildcard because she has nothing left to lose. If she can't find out the truth about Newmans don't even want, Phyllis is always driven by her own needs. And she thinks if she can save the day, maybe Daniel will finally forgive her. It is such a classic Phyllis move to do the right thing for all the wrong reasons. We are hearing some big rumors and spoilers that Sharon, Chelsea, and even Risa Thompson might be the ones to finally end this nightmare. That would be such a great shift for the show, wouldn't it? For so long, the Newman men have been the protectors, but they are currently both out of commission. Nick is on drugs, and Adam just got hit in the head with a fire extinguisher. Having the women be the ones to swoop in would be really poetic. Sharon was Matt's original victim, and Chelsea is fighting for her family, so seeing them take charge would be incredible. Louisa is also a really interesting part of this because she's a tough person who has been running things in Vegas. But she is actually terrified of Matt. Her decision to help the Newmans isn't about being good. It is about surviving because she knows Matt is a maniac who will eventually kill her too. I'm totally ready for a Ladies of 1 Hour takedown. Can you imagine Sharon facing her rapist and finally ending him? That is the kind of payoff this story needs after all this darkness. But things are going to get much worse before they get better. We know from spoilers that Matt has used poison drugs before, and there is a really high chance that the batch Nick just used in front of Adam is the one meant to kill him. The thought of Nick Newman dying on a dirty floor is really haunting. If Nick has a heart attack, it will change everything in Genoa City. Noah is already about to get into a bloody brawl with Matt, and if his dad dies, Noah is going to cross a line he can never come back from. Just imagine how Sharon will react. She's already panicking on her way to Vegas. If she gets there and finds out Nick has overdosed or is dead, her own mental state could just break. This trauma is affecting every generation of the family. I predict Nick will have a near-death experience, but he won't actually die. But his reputation as the golden boy is dead forever. And Adam is going to go full spider. He's going to unleash a level of hell on Matt Clark that we haven't seen in a long time. He isn't going to wait for the cops. He is going to handle Matt himself, and Victor will probably cover it up to save the family name. The whole story is about more than just a relapse. It is changing the whole power structure of the Newman family. When everything is over, the family is going to have to look at Adam differently. He is the one who stayed sober, the one who fought, and the one who tried to save his brother. Meanwhile, they have to deal with the fact that their perfect son is an addict. It is a total flip of their usual roles. Can Nick ever forgive himself? Probably not. The guilt of using while his brother was fighting for him is going to be a heavy burden. He might even trade the pills for some other way to sabotage himself. I think the writers need to be careful not to fix Nick too fast. Addiction is a lifelong fight, and if he's back to normal in a couple of weeks, it makes the whole struggle feel cheap. We should let him be messy and human. Now I really want to hear from all of you because you are the real experts on this show. Do you think Adam is right to go Dark Adam to take down Matt Clark? If someone did this to your brother, would you want to burn everything down? Or do you think he needs to stay legal to prove he has actually changed? Also, do you think Nick Newman is permanently ruined now? Or is this the kind of story he needed to make him more human? Are you liking seeing the golden boy fall? Or is it just too much to watch? Let's get a real debate going in the comments because I'm reading every single one. I need to know if I'm the only one losing my mind over this Vegas madness. If you like this deep dive into the Newman family's nightmare, make sure you hit that like button because it really helps the channel out. Subscribe and turn on those notifications so you never miss a spoiler update. And definitely share this video with your fellow soap addicts. We have so much more coming as May sweeps gets even hotter, and you really do not want to miss what happens after the Matt Clark crisis reaches its end. Thanks for hanging out with me. Stay so obsessed, and I will see you in the next one. This whole situation with Matt Clark is just getting more and more intense. It's crazy how one character can come back and just flip the whole show on its head. We have seen villains come and go, but Matt is special because of his history with Sharon and Nick. It makes the stakes feel so much higher than when it's just some random new person causing trouble. And the fact that he has amnesia just adds this whole other layer of is he or isn't he lying? It's the perfect soap opera setup. But then you add the addiction element and it becomes something much more real and grounded.